أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله الذي لا يبلغ مدحته القائلون ولا يوصي نعمه العدون ولا يودي حقه المجتهدون الذي لا يدركه بهد الهمم ولا يناله غوث الفتن الذي ليس لصفته حد محدود ولا نعت موجود ولا وقت محدود ولا أجل ممدود فترى الخلائق بقدرته ونشر الرياح برحمته ووتد بالسخر ميدان أرض ثم الصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وحبيبنا وحبيب رب العالمين بالقاسم محمد اللهم صل على محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين واللعن على أدائهم أجمعين من أول يوم ظلمهم إلى قيام يوم الدين أما بعد فقال الله سبحانه وتعالى في كتابه المبين وقوله الحق بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا إن جاءكم فاسق بنبأ فتبينوا أن تصيبوا قوما بجهالة فتصبحوا على ما فعلتم نادمين صدق الله العلي العظيم. Brothers and sisters, before we get started, please recite Surah Fatiha for the brother or the younger brother of Shair Ahlul Bayt, Wasi Hassan Naqash. His younger brother had passed away yesterday. Please recite Surah Fatiha for his younger brother. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah. Bismillah. Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, this is the third lecture on Suratul Hujurat, and what we are talking about now is good morals, good character, and to build, or what is the Islamic idea of what is the Islamic idea of what good morals are, what is the Islamic idea of what good character is. And we said that in Suratul Hujurat, it has the basis, it has basics of Islamic moral code within it, and we had already spoken about some of those moral codes yesterday, and tonight we want to look at another one. And making up rumors and lying about others is one of the greatest sins that can occur within a society and can sometimes place innocent lives in danger. So many times misinformation and lying has ignited fights between two people, a brother and sister, family members, relatives, or wars between two countries. Why? Because of misinformation, because of lying, because of hiding or the truth. And we can all come up with examples from our very own lives when someone instigated between two people to cause them to fight. When they instigated, they spread misinformation, they spread lies between two people to fight. And if you want examples in terms of countries where misinformation was spread just so war could take place, you have that everywhere. We have that today, right now, that exists. We have it back in the past when it existed too. And you see that in order to prevent such incidents from occurring, Islam has ordered the Muslims not to pay any attention to just any piece of information that is brought to them. No, it said that do not accept everything someone says. Rather, Muslims are supposed to accept the reports from those people that fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that have fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You can accept the information from those people that practice taqwa, that have taqwa. But when it comes to people that you're not certain about whether or not they have taqwa or not, no. It says you cannot just accept information they give you like that. It is this fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or is this fear that instills in the trait of justice into a person. And this fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what if a person truly has fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, meaning he has fear of His justice, it's this fear that will make this person always tell the truth. And because he has this fear, because he's constant, because this person is always attentive to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because he's always conscious of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and this person knows that there is a day of reckoning, and they will be reckoned for whatever they say, not only whatever they do, but also whatever they say. So when it comes to saying if this person has taqwa, if this person fears Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what are they more likely to do? They're more likely to always tell the truth if this person practices taqwa. So when a person like this gives you information, then you can take that information and you can accept that information. But if a person doesn't practice taqwa and you know that person is not a muttaqeen, for example, you know for a fact that the person is a Muslim, but he doesn't pray or she doesn't pray. Just because they bring you something doesn't mean that you take them. Taqwa, we talked about what taqwa was, not taqwa just in ibadat also. You know that this person is a habitual liar. If they bring you some information, what should you do? Should you accept it or should you reject it? When you know the person is a habitual liar, they're prone to lying. It tells you that these people that are prone to lying, no, they don't have any fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They're not aware, or they don't care about what happens to them in their afterlife. So when someone who doesn't care about what happens to their afterlife or what happens to them in their afterlife, do you think they're really going to care about what happens in this life? No. In some important issues within Islam where the person's dignity and honor are on the line, we are commanded to have 4 just witnesses, and at other times 2 just witnesses. There's a reason that when it comes to some when it comes to some deeds that people claim that they've done, or other people claim that someone has done, some deeds they require 4 witnesses, other deeds they require 2 witnesses. So what does this mean? We have been ordered not to take the word and hold off on a judgment with only 1 just witness. If it requires 2 witnesses, if only 1 witness comes, we cannot make a judgment. If it requires 4 just witnesses and we only have 3, no, Islam says no. If it requires 4, you need all 4. If it requires 2, you need both of them. If you're 1 short of any of those 2, Islam says you cannot make a judgment based on that. No, you have to have all of the witnesses that are required. But we must verify that, for example, 2 of the witnesses when it requires 2, or 4 of the witnesses when it requires 4, testify and they claim the same thing that the first witness claims. And we must make sure that their information matches everything that the first witness said to the detail. Meaning what? If something requires 2 witnesses, you separate the 2 witnesses and you ask one of them. Everything, when they tell you something, you go to the next witness, you ask them. When everything matches, when their stories match, then you can take their word. But if there's a difference, if there's a discrepancy in their stories, no, then you cannot make a judgment based on it. Why? Because there's a discrepancy in their judgment. There's a discrepancy in what they're saying. So the same case is when it comes to 4 witnesses. If it's an incident that involves or requires 4 witnesses, each and every single witness, their story has to completely match up. If it doesn't match up, then you can't make a judgment based on those 4 witnesses. You have to first make sure that there's no discrepancies between any of the stories. In addition to the conditions of minimum number of people and righteousness of the witnesses, there are 3 other conditions that must be met before one concludes about any sort of information that is coming to them. One is that the witness must have good eyesight so that whatever that they've seen, they can say, yes, we saw that. Second is that they must have good memory so they can recollect everything that had happened if they're asked to testify and they don't forget. Good eyesight, good memory. Second is that the things that a witness testifies for or against must be sensed by one of the five senses. Whatever they're testifying for, it has to be sensed by one of the five senses. And the third is that any witness that falsifies information must be punished and presented to the people, so they know never to accept the report of this person again. Meaning that this person's come as a witness, but this person was never a witness to the crime that had occurred. If it's found out that this person was never a witness to the crime that occurred and they come as a witness, Islam says you punish that witness, you punish that so-called witness, and you tell, or you take them in front of the people and you tell them that this person's testimony is never to be accepted. Why? Because someone who's never witnessed a crime, if they come and testify, what are they doing to the fabric of society? They're ruining society. That's it. It's through conditions like this that Islam has tried to protect the society from falling into dangers that stem from making up rumors, making up lies. Which brings us to the third point in the tafsir of this surah, which was to look into reports by open sinners with scrutiny. If you know someone to be a sinner, then the report that they bring you, it needs to be looked at with scrutiny. And for this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran in Suratul Hujraat, verse number 6, what does He say? He says, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu in ja'akum fasiqun binaba'in fatabayyanu. O you who believe, if an evildoer comes to you with a report, look carefully into it, lest you harm people out of ignorance, then repent for your actions. So Islam has commanded everyone that if a fasiq, if an evildoer were to bring some information to you, that it's necessary for you to look into it to make sure that that information is correct and not just accept that person's word. Not just accept that person's word to be true or to be correct. It's stated, the reason for the revelation of this verse is stated that during the time of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa Walid ibn Aqba, he was given the command to collect zakat from the tribe of Banu Mustalaq and come back to Medina. Before becoming Muslims, the tribe of Banu Mustalaq, they did not like Walid. So to show their change of heart, as they were all brothers in faith now that they had accepted Islam, because now they were all brothers in faith, when the tribe heard that the representative from the Prophet was coming, they all went out to greet him. As soon as Walid, he saw the group coming towards him, what did Walid do? He assumed that they were coming to kill him. So what does he do? He hightails it, he runs back, he leaves that area, and he goes back to Medina, and he tells the Prophet that the tribe of Banu Mustalaq, they've become apostate and they had no intention of giving zakat, and that they wanted to kill him. Why? Because these people, he just saw these people come towards him, that's it. He didn't know why they were coming towards him. He just assumed that they were coming towards him to kill him. They didn't want to pay any zakat. He assumed that they were trying to kill him. So what did he do? He goes back to Medina. He just tells the Holy Prophet, Ya Rasulullah, these people, they become apostates. They didn't want to give zakat and they tried to kill me. And when the truth was found out, that's when this verse was revealed to condemn Walid for what he did. But who was Walid? He was one of the sons of Banu Umayyah. Walid was the son of Uqaba ibn Mu'ayt, who was one of the worst enemies of the Holy Prophet when the Holy Prophet was in Mecca. Uqaba showed no shame in ridiculing the Holy Prophet, and he always tried to pain the Holy Prophet. It has been narrated that one day the Prophet, he was busy praying. Uqaba, he came and threw all of the innards and waste of a slaughtered camel on top of the Prophet. The Holy Prophet, he's praying in Mecca, right in front of the Kaaba, and Uqaba, he comes after a camel had been slaughtered, he brings all of the innards of the camel, and what does he do? He tosses it all of it on top of the Holy Prophet. The Holy Prophet's enemy, or his enmity to the Prophet, it had reached such a limit that the Holy Prophet had said to him that if I ever catch you, this is Rahmatul lil Alameen, Rahmatul lil Alameen, he says to this person that if I ever catch you outside the precincts of this holy place, I will punish you for everything that you did. When Rahmatul lil Alameen says this about a person, it tells you how much trouble that this person had caused the Holy Prophet. What is the Holy Prophet saying? If I ever catch you outside of the precincts of the Kaaba, I would surely punish you for everything that you did. And that's exactly what happened. In the Battle of Badr, he was caught and beheaded by Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam. But Walid, he was this man's son. And the amazing thing is that this isn't the only time Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala referred to Walid as an evildoer or a fasiq, because this ayah, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu in ja'akum fasiqun binaba'an. Oh, you believe, if a fasiq comes towards you, and if you look at the Sha'n Nazul of this verse, they say that it was revealed in regards to Walid ibn Uqba. And this wasn't the first time that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala referred to Walid as a fasiq. In Suratul Sajda, verse number 18 also, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says what? He says, أَفَمَنْ كَانَ مُؤْمِنًا كَمَنْ كَانَ فَاسِقًا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, is the one who is a believer like the one who is a transgressor, the one who is a fasiq? They are not equal. Even about this verse, it is narrated that one day Amir al-Mu'mineen and Walid, they were walking, when Walid, he started boasting about himself and his family. When he started boasting about himself, Amir al-Mu'mineen, he told him, Walid, stay quiet. Your heart hasn't accepted true faith yet. So just stay quiet. And it was after this incident that the above verse was revealed. And most commentators, they agree that by mu'min is meant Imam Ali alayhi salam, and by fasiq is meant Walid. Not once but twice Walid had been called a fasiq by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yet that didn't stop Uthman from appointing him governor of Kufa during his reign. That didn't stop. When Walid, he first came to Kufa, Abdullah ibn Masud, he was the treasurer of the city. And Walid, he asked Abdullah ibn Masud for 300,000 dinars from the public treasury. Abdullah gives it to him only after repeatedly reminding him to pay it back. When he constantly reminded him, what did Walid do? Did he pay it back? No. What does Walid do? He writes a letter to Usman, who happened to be his foster brother, asking to be excused from paying this back. Asking to be excused. This is the public's treasury. This is the public's money. So when Walid was given this money, he was told, you have to pay this back. Walid, he writes a letter to the Khalifa saying he needs to be excused from paying this back. Uthman, what does he do? He's the Khalifa of the Muslims. What does he do? He writes a letter to Ibn Masud telling him that you are my treasurer, so don't interfere with Walid. You are my treasurer, so don't interfere with Walid. Ibn Masud, he writes back to Uthman telling Uthman that Uthman, he always thought, Ibn Masud says that I always thought that I was the treasurer of the public treasury and not of Uthman's treasury. And now that I know what the truth is, I quit. Uthman, he basically said, Uthman, if you think this is your treasury, I always thought that I was the treasurer of the public's treasure. The public's treasury. But if you think that this is your treasury, then I quit. And he quits. This is the justice of Uthman. This is the justice of Uthman. But what's even more amazing is that one night Walid, he had drank so much wine, then he came and he led the Fajr prayer and he prayed 4 units and instead of the 2 units for Fajr prayer. And instead of reciting the zikr of Allah, he was reciting love poems. Companions of the Holy Prophet. After he finishes his prayer, he turns around and asks the people if they want, he can add 2 more units of prayer. This is the companions of the Holy Prophet. Ibn Masud and a couple of more companions, they go to Medina to complain to Uthman about Walid's actions, and he tells them to leave him alone. Uthman, who's a Khalifa now, the Khalifa of the Muslims now, this is the justice. Instead of bringing Walid back and punishing him for what he did, what does he do? He tells his companions that complained about Walid, he tells them to leave him alone. This is the justice of Uthman. Not only that, but he threatens. He threatened action against them if they complain about Walid again. These companions, they see that this person that Uthman has chosen to take care of the lives of the Muslims, his representative in Kufa, is a fasiq. He's drinking wine, he's coming and leading the prayer. He doesn't even know what he's doing. When they go and complain to the Khalifa to take him out, to punish him, what does the Khalifa say? No, you leave him alone. If you complain to me about him again, I'll punish you instead. This is the Khalifa of the Muslims. Is this how a Khalifa should be? If this is how a Khalifa should act? If his representatives or if his governors ridicule the religion, they're supposed to uphold the religion and punish their governors, take them away, take that post away from them. Not say, no, leave him alone. But the justice of Khalif Uthman. This is one of the reasons that Uthman, he was killed. Why? Because of incidents like these. This wasn't only, no, there were many incidents that led to Uthman's killing. And who were the people that took part in Uthman's killing? The companions of the Holy Prophet. Yet all of the companions are equal. They're completely equal. Even the Quran itself, it says, أَفَمَنْ كَانَ مُؤْمِنًا كَمَنْ كَانَ فَاسِقًا. It itself is differentiated between the mu'mineen companion of the Holy Prophet and the fasiq companion of the Holy Prophet. The Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself is saying, hey, look, they're companions of the Holy Prophet, but there's some that are mu'mineen, there's some that are fasiq. And then at the end it says what? They're not equal. It's asking, are they equal? At the end it says that they're not equal. So when you have a mu'mineen companion of the Holy Prophet and fasiqeen companion of the Holy Prophet, the Quran itself says that no, they're not equal. So then how do you and I come to the conclusion that those companions are all equal? That's completely against what the Quran is saying. But when Uthman, he didn't do anything, what did those companions do? They went to Aisha and told her what had happened, and she started telling people in Medina that Uthman stopped punishing his governors for their crimes, which upset the people. Finally, they went to Imam Ali and Amir al-Mu'mineen went to Uthman in anger, and he told him to bring Walid to Medina for punishment. When there was mounting pressure on Uthman from all sides, Uthman, he brings Walid and asks the people to punish him. Instead of punishing him himself, what does he do? He asks the people to punish him. But what happened? No one dared to punish Walid. Why? Because whenever someone went to punish him, he would remind them that he is the Khalif's brother. He would always say that he's the Khalif's brother. And when he said that, people would back off. And when they backed off, there was only one person in Medina who had the guts to punish people like this. There was only one person, no one else could do it. When he kept doing this, this is when Amir al-Mu'mineen, he comes, and as soon as Walid knew Amir al-Mu'mineen was coming to punish him, now he knew that even Uthman could not save him. Now he knew that even Uthman could not save him. Amir al-Mu'mineen, he dishes out the punishment that was necessary and told Uthman not to give him any more posts in the government. Not to give him any more posts. This was the Walid that this verse of Suratul Hujurat was revealed for. You have to keep in mind that he was a companion of the Holy Prophet. So how can it be that all the companions were equal? This verse was revealed condemning one of them. And not only does it condemn one of them, but it calls this companion an open sinner. It calls this companion a fasiq. So how are they all equal? The verse of Suratul Sajda, it was also revealed concerning two companions, and it clearly states, or it clearly says that one of them was a believer, another was a transgressor. So how are they equal? This is what we don't understand, how the majority of Muslims, they say that they were all the companions of the Holy Prophet are equal, when the Quran itself, it says no, they're not equal. Are they coming out against what the Quran is saying? By constantly saying all the companions were equal, are they coming out and attacking the Quran, that's saying that the Quran is wrong? So what is this idea that all the companions, can you imagine Can you imagine what would have happened if the Holy Prophet had accepted Walid's word as truth and acted upon it without any investigation whatsoever? If the Holy Prophet had just, when Walid came and told the Holy Prophet, Ya Rasulullah, these people, they've become apostates, they don't have no plans of giving zakat, and they came and tried to kill me. If the Holy Prophet did not investigate this matter, what would have happened? There would have been bloodshed. Therefore, lying is considered one of the greatest sins. One of the greatest sins. One day, when a man, he went to the slave market to buy a slave. The seller tells the buyer that he has a slave for sale who is young, he's strong, he's healthy, but the only problem that this slave has is that this slave is a habitual liar. He's a liar. The man, he doesn't listen. He doesn't care. All he hears is strong. All he hears is healthy. All he hears is young. The seller, he told him that this person, he's also a liar. But the man, he doesn't care. The man, he buys the slave and takes him home. Only a couple of days had passed when the slave, he told the owner that your wife is having an illicit affair and she plans on killing you tonight when you sleep. He tells the man that your wife is having an illicit affair and she plans on killing you tonight. He tells this to the husband of that wife. And he tells him also that if you don't believe me, pretend to be asleep tonight and see for yourself what she does. After he tells this man this, what does he do? He told the wife that your husband doesn't love you anymore, and he plans on buying a slave girl, so when you go to sleep, or when he goes to sleep, you should cut off some of his beard hair with a sword so that I can use it in a magic potion so that he will love you again. He tells the wife that, look, your husband doesn't love you anymore. He plans on buying a slave girl for himself. So what you do tonight? You should cut off his beard hair with a sword and give it to me, so I'll make a love potion for you. When he drinks it, when you drink it, he'll still be in love with you. So what does he do? He tells the husband something, and he goes and he tells the wife something else. So what happens at night? The master, he pretends to be asleep, and the wife, she goes, grabs the sword. And as soon as she grabbed his beard, he got up without even thinking. What does he do? He kills the wife with that same sword. When he killed the wife with the same sword, the wife's relatives, they revenge her murder, and the relatives of the husband, they murdered the wife's relatives. There was bloodshed. Why? Because of one lie. Or two lies. Relatives, they're relatives on both sides. They started killing each other. Why? Because of lies. The Quran, it says in Suratul Nahl that only the ones who don't believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's communications, they lie. And the Holy Prophet, he himself, he says that when I ascended to the heavens, I saw a man who lay flat on his back while an angel, he was above him, he was above his head. And the angel, what was he doing? The angel who was standing upon the head, he had a iron rod, and he repeatedly injured that person who was lying on the floor. And the face of the victim, it was shattered up to the neck every time when he would beat the person. And the face of the victim, it would be shattered up to the neck. But when the rod was lifted, the head would return to its original form. And again, the rod was hit on the face, and the man suffered the same retribution. The Holy Prophet says that he asked, why is this man being punished? And he was told that this is a man who left his home in the morning and uttered a lie that caused harm to the people. He left his house in the morning. He made up a lie that caused harm to the people. That caused harm to the people. And the Holy Prophet was told that he shall be punished in this matter till the death or till the day of Qiyamah. Till the day of resurrection he'll be punished like this. People, they seem to have this misconception that only big lies are haram, whereas there's no problem with small ones. And this is a problem. Why? Because people, they start saying small lies And then because they think that, oh, it's just a small lie, it's not going to matter. No, little by little, when you start getting used to telling small lies, then you'll tell lies that are a bit bigger, then you'll tell lies that are a bit bigger. So, in this regard, Asma bint Umayr says that on the first night of Aisha's wedding, the Holy Prophet gave me a bowl of milk and told me to give it to the ladies. The women, they said that we're not hungry. When the Holy Prophet heard this, he says, do not bring together hunger and falsehood. The ladies, they said that we're not hungry. And when the Holy Prophet heard this, he said, look, do not bring together hunger and falsehood, meaning do not lie, do not be hungry and at the same time lie. Asma, she then asked the Prophet, O Messenger of Allah, if we desire something but verbally refuse it, is it a lie? If we desire something in our heart but we verbally refuse it, is it a lie? The Holy Prophet, he said, yes, it's a lie. In our heart we want something, but when someone tells us and we say, oh no, the Holy Prophet, he's saying that that's a lie. He says that certainly every kind of falsehood is recorded in the scroll of deeds. Even the smallest of the small lies is written in the scroll of deeds. Speaking contrary to your intention is also considered a lie. And just like that, one day Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad, he was seated with his son Ismail when one of his companions, when one of his followers, they arrived and they said salam to Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam, and they sat down. When the Imam, he stood up and walked towards the ladies' portion of the house, the man, he followed till the door. Imam alayhi salam, he bid him farewell. He bid him farewell. Later, Ismail, Imam's son, he asked his father, he says, oh father, why didn't you invite him inside just for politeness sake? Why don't you ask just to be polite? The Imam, he says that it was not proper to invite him inside. I did not wish him to come inside, and neither did I wish that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala should include me among those who say one thing but wish another. Meaning, oh my son, I didn't want him to come inside. I didn't wish for him to come inside. So when I didn't wish for him to come inside, why would I ask for him to come inside? This is hypocrisy. This is lying. Once a man, he comes to the Holy Prophet and he says, Ya Rasulullah, I have many bad habits. Which one of them should I give up first? Which one of them should I give up first? He says, I have many bad habits. Which one of them should I give up first? And the Prophet, he tells him that give up telling lies first and always speak the truth. If you have many bad habits, okay. The first bad habit that you should give up is telling lies. And from this story we can learn a lot. The first bad habit that you should give up is telling lies. So the man, he promised the Holy Prophet that he would give up telling lies. And he would never commit another transgression again. And then he went home. At night, when the man was about to go out, all of a sudden he started thinking about wanting to steal. He was a thief also. So at night he was thinking about going out to steal. And before he was setting out of his house, he thought for a moment about the advice that the Holy Prophet had given him and the promise that he had made. And he says, and he thinks to himself, hold on a second, if tomorrow the Prophet, he asked me, where have I been? What shall I say to him? What shall I say to him? Shall I say to him that I went out stealing? No, I cannot say that. Nor can I lie. Why? Because I had promised the Holy Prophet that I wouldn't lie. That was the first thing that I would give up. If I tell the truth, everyone will start hating me and call me a thief. I will be punished for stealing. If I lie, then I've lied to the Holy Prophet of Islam. So the man, he decided not to steal that night. And little by little, because this same thought kept occurring to him, little by little, this habit or this bad habit of stealing, he stopped it. The next day, he felt like drinking wine. And when he was about to do so, he thinks to himself again, what shall I say to the Holy Prophet if he asks me, what did I do during the day? What shall I say? I can't lie because I had promised the Holy Prophet that I'd give up lies. And if I speak the truth, people will hate me because a Muslim is not allowed to drink wine. So what did he do? He gave up the idea of drinking wine. And in this same way, whenever the man thought of doing something bad, he remembered the advice the Holy Prophet had given him to always tell the truth and to not lie. And one by one, he gave up all of his bad habits. Why? Because he had promised the Holy Prophet that he would not lie. He had promised the Holy Prophet that he would not lie. Many people believe, okay, you know what, the Prophet isn't here. The Prophet isn't here. Physically, he's not here. They might believe that he's not watching us, he's not looking at it, or he's not watching us anymore. But brothers and sisters, you as Shias, forget you as Shias. Muslims in general, they believe that the 12th Imam, we as Shias, we believe that the 12th Imam is alive. We Shias, we believe that the 12th Imam sees everything that we do. We believe that the 12th Imam hears everything that we say. So if the 12th Imam appears tomorrow and he asks us what we did, what would we say? Would we lie to him? He already knows the truth. He already knows the truth. So when we know that there is a personality like the Holy Prophet who is watching everything that we do, when we know that tomorrow this personality can ask us what we did the same way the Holy Prophet asked his companion or this companion of his what he did, when we know that the Imam of the time can do the same, shouldn't we do what this companion did, those bad habits that we're doing now, or those bad habits that we're engrossed in now, little by little, shouldn't we give them up before the Imam of the time appears? So when he asks us, we can tell him, yeah, Imam, we used to do this, but we gave it up. Why? Because we knew that one day you would appear and we didn't want to lie to you. That we didn't want to lie to you. We know that one day that we will be questioned about everything. And on that day, the day of judgment, when everything is given to us, or when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala questions us about it, we ourselves will say, we'll ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the proof. We'll ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the proof. This is what this human being will do. But brothers and sisters, lying is one of those sins that causes not just disunity within the community, within the society, but no, a lie can spread bloodshed within a community. And this is one of those morals, or this is one of those traits that Islam says that you shouldn't have within yourself: lying. Small lies or big lies, it doesn't matter. And with this, inshallah, we end tonight's lecture. And inshallah, we have 2-3 more days max. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, definitely it will be Eid. It could be Saturday depending on the moon, brothers and sisters, but we'll have to see for that. But Sunday definitely will be Eid. But other than that, inshallah, we have at the very least 2 more days of this month of Ramadan. And if anyone else would like to sponsor these lectures, please get in touch with Brother Asad Zaidi and ask him what you can do to sponsor these last 2 lectures. And again, brothers and sisters, please recite Surah Fatiha for the younger brother of Brother Naqash. Recite Surah Fatiha for his younger brother who had just passed away recently. I believe he passed away yesterday, and his name was Wahid al-Hassan, or Sharif al-Hassan, who passed away. Please recite Surah Fatiha for him. Bismillah. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. Inshallah, brothers and sisters, I will see you all again tomorrow with another lecture. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad.